Warning, this video may contain spoilers. If you do not wish to be spoiled, please stop watching now. However, if you are okay with it, then continue watching. Enjoy. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth is a game that came out on the PlayStation Vita exclusively in Japan in 2015 and was released in North America and Europe for the PlayStation 4 and Vita in 2016. In this game, you take on the role of either Takumi or Amy, depending on what gender you want to be. But don't worry, you can also change the names if you don't like them. You travel in cyberspace to a place called Eden, and you go down into the depths called Kowloon, where you receive a device called a Digimon capture device, which lets you capture and befriend Digimon, resulting in you becoming hackers. You then encounter a digital entity called an Eater that does what the name implies. They eat data and they just keep on eating, never stopping. While trying to escape from one of those entities, you are actually caught by it and you return to the real world, your whole body digitized, and gaining some new powers as well. And you are approached by a woman named Kyoko Kirimi, the head of a detective agency, who helps you get a presentable body, and you become her sidekick, resulting in you becoming a cyber sleuth to help solve cases with your powers and to learn more sinister things that are happening in the background. The gameplay is a bit of an open world dungeon type game where you can walk around looking for new cases or solving them, or just training your Digimon in general. Speaking of Digimon, how you get new Digimon is by fighting other Digimon and scanning them. Once you get to at least 100% scan rate, the max 200%, you can go to the digital lab and convert them into actual Digimon to add them to your party. The other things you can do in the digital lab is you can place Digimon in a farm. You can only get up to 5 farms and only 10 are allowed in each of them, where you can train some of their stats as well as develop items or have them search for more cases for you to do. There are only 2 types of cases they can search for though. It either has you looking for a Digimon's property or to stop some bad hackers. You can also digivolve your Digimon from the lab as well once they reach a certain level and get certain stats, depending on what Digimon you are going after. You can also replace some of the dungeons you encountered during the main story here as well, or you can play against other players on the online Coliseum in the digital lab. Speaking of battle, the difficulty ranges from 2 difficulties, normal and hard mode, which was not in the original Japanese version. Normal is basically easy mode, while hard mode presents you with a more different challenge, but the rewards are quite nice to get with higher risks. Later on down the game, some of the battles are hard, even on normal, like a few of the boss fights in the main story and the 7 Deadly Digimon DLC missions, as well as the Great Challenge missions, especially the last Great Challenge. Of course, having the right type of Digimon in your party would help as well. The Digimon consists of 4 types. There are Vaccine, Data, Virus, and Free type. They kind of work as a rock, paper, scissors kind of way. Vaccine is great against Virus, Virus is great against Data, and Data is great against Vaccine. While Free type is kind of free, they don't have weaknesses, unless they have attributes. Now there are 7 types of attributes. Scratch that, there are 9 types of attributes. There's Fire, Water, and Grass, and those 3 work together. Fire is strong against grass, grass is strong against water, and water is strong against fire. There's also wind, electricity, and ground. Ground is great against electricity, electricity is great against wind, and wind is great against ground. And then there's light and dark, which do 1.5 more damage to each other, and they kind of balance out. And then there's also the free type, which has no weakness as well. The art and the design of some of the characters of this game are really top-notch designs and look amazing, especially how they move and how they feel and how they just interact with each other on the screen, as well as the music. The music really fits well given the situation you are in, especially the boss music. The boss music is probably my favorite stuff to listen to, especially when you're up against the Royal Knights. That's probably my favorite track through this whole time, as well as the sweet music of Yuko's theme whenever you are talking to Yuko or have your one-on-one interactions with her. That's some very sweet music to hear as well. Those are some very strong points of this game. The story is a good hit as well. It might start off pretty slow and then kind of drops in the middle a bit. Once you get to a certain point in the game, it kind of just feels like, okay, I kind of want to go on the main story, but of course you have to do some of these side quests, which could kind of throw you off a bit when playing this game, is when you have to actually go out to find cases first before you can continue on with the main story. It kind of will throw you off a bit and could be a bit of a bad thing, but I enjoyed doing all the cases through this. I didn't really mind any of the cases, but some people might not like doing the cases as much as others, or some people might like it more than I do, and that's fine. It's up to your preferences. But then once you get to the point of the story where it really starts kicking off, that's when things start getting exciting, which is around chapter 10, chapter 11 of the game. It really starts kicking off, and then it becomes super fun again. But all in all, I really enjoyed the story. It has a strong point, but it also has its weak points as well, so you can't really take anything away from it other than that. Some of the downsides of this game is that for the majority of the game, you are mostly facing either baby type or in training Digimon until you get to at least Kowloon level 3, which doesn't happen until at least chapter 6, where you start fighting rookie Digimon. And even when you get later on in the game and get into more dungeons, you still start fighting lower Digimon. You don't really fight Digimon at the level that you would really expect to be fighting. Also, a lot of the cases are kind of similar to each other. You go to an area and then they ask you for something, and they become fetch quests in a way, where you go and either get something or you show up to a place and then you just end up fighting a Digimon. Sure, the experience is great, but it's still, and of course the rewards are fine as well. The good news is you don't have to complete every single case you come across. You only have to do the ones with a red pin on them, since those are the urgent types of quests. But doing the ones with yellow or blue on them can be good for the experience or battle experience, and to get the rewards as well, which more often than not are great rewards. There are also a few translation errors in this game, a lot of funny moments because of how it's presented and written that kind of really throws you off a bit, but it's not really that, there's not that many of them that really break it for you. Personally, I also wish that they could have dubbed the game as well. Not that there is anything bad with the Japanese voices, it's just that it would have been nice to have heard the voices in English, or wherever you're from, it would have been nice to have heard it in your native language. I also wish that there were more Digimon actually, but having around 200, but having 249 Digimon and wanting more, I don't think that's actually a bad thing. This probably could be a good thing. Personally, this is a great game and really filled the hole of getting another good Digimon game, since the last game in this kind of style came out to the West was Digimon World Dusk and Dawn, which came out for the original Nintendo DS back in 2007, and that was just a little under 10 years ago. And if this game does well enough, who knows, we could see a release of Digimon World Next Order in the future as well. Is this the best Digimon game to have come out? No. But is it a fun Digimon game? Yes. And if you were like me, who grew up watching Digimon or playing any of the older games, then give this game a try. And even if you know little about Digimon, the story and the art and the music, all in all, to me this game gets a nice 8.5 out of 10. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you are still on the fence about getting this game, you can check out my Let's Play of it on my other channel, RPG Kingdom Kid, which is in the description below. I'm getting close to wrapping that up, so enjoy it. And if you liked the video, please give this video a like, and you can subscribe to my channel as well as the RPG Kingdom Kid channel. And you can comment down below what you liked about the game, if you got it, or if you're still on the fence about it. Let me know. Until next time, guys, this is the Kingdom Kid signing off.